We're the artists, the actresses, the filmmakers to meeting Venus. Yeah, we're coming through. Shine your light, let your voices be heard. We're spreading love with every single word, from the stage to the screen. We're making our mark, meeting Venus. Together we embark.
All right. I'm very happy today to welcome British singer Aimée Britannia. How are you, Aimée?
I'm great. How are you?
Thank you very much for joining the live. Very happy to meet you. I've been reading a lot of press releases about your work. Congratulations.
Thank
And first, I want to tell you, to ask you, Aimée is seem like a French name. It is like Anouk Aimée, the French actress.
Yeah, Amy, like the way that you spell it means love in
For
French.
sure, for sure.
But yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but I'm not French at all. I'm actually South African,
Yes,
and I live in England now. So Amy Britannia, my mom was homesick when she gave birth to me, so she called me Britannia after England, and that's
yes,
where I get my stage name from. So
yes.
yeah,
This is nice. I am very happy to meet you. We are African together. I'm Egyptian.
yeah.
I've been in South Africa 2 times, jury in Durban Festival.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the third time it was online, after the COVID, they couldn't fly us again for the third
Oh.
time, so we did the jury online. So right now, tell me a little bit about your inspiration. How did you get interested into music?
Okay, well that starts right from when I was very young. Um, so it's sort of like sibling rivalry, I would say. So, my brother got taught piano lessons, and basically he wasn't really good at piano. And I was 5 years old, and I crawled up onto the piano, and I said to him, "Let me show you how to play." And I basically played a song for him, and he didn't know how to play. So yeah.
Yes. And what was your first step to start your music career?
So that's the thing. So I started taking piano lessons once my parents realized that I was a lot better than he was. And from that, when I was 8 years old, I did my first piano exam and I got top in South Africa for my grade. Which was amazing. And then I started performing a little bit. I started playing piano before I started singing, but just like school concerts, things like that. And then when I was 14, I decided to start to learn how to produce music. And ever since then, I've been producing and singing and recording at home, literally in my bedroom. Everything that I do is recorded and produced by me at home. So, yeah, it's I love it so much. I think I'm a producer more than I am a singer first. I'm a producer first, musician first, and then I sing, I've learned how to mix and engineer. So yeah, I love it so much.
Amy, tell me, do you think your South African background influenced a little bit your own music and your artistic style? I mean, as well as an artist, not only you sound, but I think as well the image you try to present through your website, your social media.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, because I grew up in Cape Town, um, I think that South Africa is one of the best countries in the world. But not only that, just generally Africa as a whole, I think that our music is more spiritual, and I think that our music is more. It speaks to my heart a lot more than, say, American music or British music. So I love to incorporate like more drums. Bass is my favorite thing to mix. You know, I love to have slidey basses or bouncy bass. It's so much fun. But yeah, I just think that African music speaks to my heart the most. And so I like to incorporate, for example, my last album, Kokuda, which means love in Zimbabwean, in Shona. So I've had it's all African themed, and I've got Table Mountain in the background and flowers and nature. So I think that's part of my brand. Being Aimée Britannia, I love nature and spiritual and sort of speaking to your heart. So yeah, I think Africa is the heart of the world. So
Yes, because as well, I've seen on your website and your social media, you like to take a lot of, I mean, photo shoot
yeah,
outdoor, you know, not
yes, in
practically like
nature.
other artists like to do studio shooting. This is right?
Oh, yes, 100%. Because nature has the best lighting. It doesn't cost any money. And everyone knows that when you're outside, you have the best lighting. Flowers, you know, different seasons have their different aesthetics. And I think every season is beautiful in its own way. So if I'm out in nature and I've got one of my friends with me, you know, we take lots of photos and yeah, just let Mother Nature speak for itself because it's the most beautiful thing that we have. So,
This is great. Tell me, I've seen a lot of news about you collaborating with other bands and producers and sound engineers. You know, tell me a little bit, how do you choose the collaborative aspect of your work? And also, if you have faced certain challenges, you know, to promote your own song right now, because I've seen that the music industry has been changing a lot, you know, 10, 15 years ago.
yes. So the music industry, obviously, lots has been coming out recently, and I'm quite scared to be honest. Personally, I'm terrified. So when I was a teenager, I sort of made a vow to myself when I was like 14, 15. I said to myself, I never want to join a record label. I never want to get into that. I know how some things are and how some things, you know, when you collaborate with people, it's for money, or it's not necessarily because you like them or their music or what they do, but it's more to just become popular, and it all sort of comes back to the dollar. So for me, I'm very lucky that I can do my music as an independent artist and people have helped me. Whenever I collaborate, a lot of the time people reach out to me and they want female vocalists, and I have to sort of investigate them and think, is my music in line with their music? And not only that, is my mission in life, in that I want to help people and I want people to seek the truth, is that in line with what they do, or are they more into the sort of industry side where it's more about drugs and sex and things like that, which I'm not really a fan of. So it's sort of, I don't collaborate with people all the time. I do get a lot of requests, but it's more about, do I think that we'd be a good match musically, and not only musically, but yeah, in the heart and things like that. And yeah, I'm just very lucky that people want my voice on their songs. Oftentimes, I get paid for my collaborations as well, and that gives me the opportunity to have a whole different audience to be able to sing for. And yeah, I'm very lucky.
Great. I've seen that your recent songs have been reaching the top charts right now, like the A Break 58.
Yeah.
So for several times. So tell me a little bit about this experience, reaching out to new horizons, and as well, tell me right now, for a single to reach out new listener, what you particularly do, and your collaborators, because I've seen everything is online right now. There are no sales like before for CDs or vinyl, you know, the old ways, and cassettes.
Mm. Yeah, so I would say nowadays it's easier than ever. You know,
Mhm.
we can release our music to billions of people and it doesn't even cost that much money. So I'm very lucky. Blue Scar, he lives in Manchester and he produced a couple tracks that I sang on. And I would say he's the boss at networking, at marketing, because he's got us number one on a break twice, which has really given us a whole American audience and
Mhm.
exposed us to loads of people. So he always wants my voice on his songs, and I'm just very lucky he keeps coming back to me and we keep on making number ones. So that's amazing. But yet some artists say, oh, nowadays, it's TikTok and Instagram and it's difficult. But I would argue that it's even easier than ever, that someone like
Mhm.
me, I can record at home and just use my computer and just be exposed to the whole world. We can use technology to our advantage, and we can use every all the tools that we have to be able to release to Spotify and Apple Music for maybe 20-30 dollars, whereas back 100 years ago an artist could never ever do that.
So
So
true.
yeah.
Yes, yes, I remember in the 80s and the 90s when I was a teenager, for us to watch a music video, it was very difficult,
Really? Oh,
until we listened to the new singles on the radio,
oh
and then we
wow.
looking for the albums, and then until it arrives at the Egyptian television terrestrial channel, it could be like a miracle, Uh,
Oh wow. Sorry, I said 100 years ago, but I'm sure you're not that old.
yes.
30, 40 years ago. Wow.
Yes. One of your songs recently, it was Thinking Out the Box. I want to
Yes.
ask you a little bit about the lyrics and the messages you're trying to convey through your songs. What are you trying to say? And especially you have mentioned right now, and I've been noting that right now the explicit content is all over the internet,
Mm, mm.
so tell me a little bit, because as well this will give you some kind of competition to, if we can say, if you like to promote very nice lyrics, very romantic, non-explicit. I think this also an additional challenge for you among the crowded scene right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Not all of my music is very romantic and
Mm-hmm.
not explicit, because I
Mm-hmm.
am sometimes explicit. For
Mm-hmm.
me, the aim is to always be truthful. And for me, the aim is to always sort of, I want people to feel good when they hear my music, but if it's not a good message, at least I want them to learn something and I want them to open their eyes a little bit. I'm quite I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and I'm a bit of a, I like people to try and stay awake. So I focus on truth, spiritual awakening, or I focus on love and I focus on
For
good
sure.
feelings because I want people to feel positive. But oftentimes, the music on the radio, it sort of brings us down the wrong path. So if I'm working on a song of truth, for example, I'm working on a song called Save Yourself, which is quite dark and it sounds quite cryptic. But I
Uh-huh.
do think that people will come out saying, wow, like that was amazing. And
Yes.
I feel like my eyes have been opened. So that's what I focus on. With Thinking Out the Box, it's quite a positive song, but I was actually in quite a negative situation in my life, and that's what sort of inspired it. I thought, you know what, I don't want to listen to negative people in my life. I don't want people to hold me back. And so that's why Thinking Out the Box is sort of about not caring what people think and having fun and believing in yourself more than anyone. So that's why it's called Thinking Out the Box. And yeah, just having a great time.
Great. Amy, sometimes I see right now some of the British talk shows right now. It arrives on YouTube on cable everywhere. But I think I still they still invite mainstream artists. I sometimes from the United States. I mean in cinema and music and television, and a little bit rising star like yourself from the streaming and Spotify and YouTube. I think they don't give them enough space to appear on mainstream media. Do you think this is the case for
Oh,
you right
yeah,
now?
100%. That's the thing. If
Mm-hmm.
I had a father who was in the industry, I think I'd already be an A-list celebrity now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know other women, especially who
Mm-hmm.
produce and sing themselves and who do it all by themselves. But I'm very lucky because I've only lived in England for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I think being in the UK has given me a lot more opportunity. Whereas in South Africa and Africa and Asia, we don't have these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely in the music industry and in the film industry, it's who you know, who your friends are, who your parents are. They can give you opportunities and they can give you networks. But for me, I'm thinking it's not going to stop
Sure.
me, even if it takes slower and even if it takes a longer time. At least I am staying in control of my own path. I own all of my music, I own all of my channels. No one else does, it's just me. And I really like that. I really like feeling in power, and I don't mind taking a longer time because, as they say, the the hare versus the tortoise, I feel like in the long term I'm going to go a lot further, so I'm not worried.
Great. And speaking of the film industry, I think as well an artist like yourself in front of the camera shooting photo shoot, promotional photos or music video is some kind of a performance. So do you think you are interested in the future venturing into acting or doing, since you are in England, on England stage, a
Oh,
musical or something like that?
well, I'm a terrible actress. Let me just start there, because whenever I try to act, I just start laughing and I just break out of character.
Really?
Yes, I can't at all. I just burst out laughing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I feel that I can only ever be myself. So when I'm filming music videos and doing photo shoots, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still acting the role of Aimée Britannia. And when I do my music videos, oftentimes my music has such a strong message that I
Mm-hmm.
can sort of portray what I was trying to bring across. But with movies and with acting, I'm terrible. As I said, I can't be anyone but myself. So I think when I perform in my music videos, the fact that I want people to understand the truth and I want them to get the message so much that that sort of brings the emotion back out to me and I can perform well.
Great. Maybe some acting classes will help in the future. Who knows?
Oh.
So, right now we are approaching the end of the year. So, do you have certain projects or dreams you would like to realize in the upcoming period?
Yes. So coming up this year, as I've told you, I've got a song called Save Yourself, and it's mostly to do with what's been happening in the world recently, with Hollywood, and not even just that, but people in power. I feel that, coming from South Africa, I could really see how a lot of people were really poor and there was a few people that were really wealthy. Well, I feel like that's sort of shifting into other parts of the world as well. But in England and in America and in Europe, there are opportunities and there are people who want to help us. So I just want people to, we get so distracted with our jobs and with going out with our friends. I really want people to just take a step back and think about their futures and their families. Even if I don't know them, I just
Yes.
want everyone to be okay. And I just want
Mm-hmm.
everyone to look after themselves and not, go into poverty. And I know it sounds quite hard, but my new song Save Yourself is coming out, and my future for me, I'm so happy at the moment. I do work a job as well. I think you showed that I work at a bar at night,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really lucky because there's actually a grand piano there, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they let me play at night,
Mm-hmm.
as a special occasion. So I do that, and then I do my music as well. So for me, I'm very lucky. I've got a family that loves me. I have friends. I just want to help everyone else, and I just want my music to reach as many people as possible. And I think the money will come as I help more people.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yes. Aimee, I want to thank you very much for the live with us. I wish you all the best in your day job and your music career as well.
Thank you so much. I hope that, maybe in a year's time we can catch back up and we can see where we are then. And thank you so much for having me on the show. Ooh,
Hello? Hello,
hi,
Aimee?
did you get
Hello?
that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
No, I was cut out.
Oh, oh,
I was telling you I want to thank you very, very much for the live interview. Can you hear me?
yes.
And I wish you all the best in your day job and your music career. And I hope, wish you all the best in your upcoming releases as well. I hope when you have a new song, you come and talk about it as well in the show again.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I hope that, maybe in a year's time or even sooner, we can catch up and we can
Sure.
see where we are and where I am in my career and how I've
For
helped
sure.
change the world and
For
impact
sure.
everyone.
Yes, yes, this is a promise. I promise that we can be in touch and you can appear with us as well. I'll try to make as well like shows to receive several artists and you can come join as well to have like a broader discussion, okay?
Yeah,
And
I'd love that.
thank you
Thank
again
you.
and say hi to say hi to the family and friends and I wish you all the best in the upcoming period and this year as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd love to catch up. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Enjoy the evening in London. Take care. Bye bye.